one of the best things about dealing with me as opposed to perhaps a big company when it comes to photobiomodulation is that you're always dealing with me, no one else, always dealing with me. Someone bought a panel yesterday and we were talking because they came to collect it, and we were talking about the different ways it can be utilised, the different ways it can be beneficial. And one of the things you'll realise from me from the start is as soon as you contact me is I'm honest with what it can do and what it can't do. I'm honest with the wavelengths of light. So like what you'll see with the vast majority of companies out there is they tend to have the cheap and cheerful LEDs, i.e. the LEDs that are most commonly available and the cheapest LEDs, and they tend to be 660 and 850. Now I offer those as the kind of basic level, as it were. So I offer two levels, the bio and the opti-bio, because the 660 and 850 they work, and they are very, very good for certain aspects. They're good for other ones, and then they're within the range on certain other ailments and corrective stuff to help improve efficiency. But there is also a lot of research that suggests other wavelengths might be more beneficial, and I will tell people that even if it's a case of something that I don't actually offer, then I will say you might be better off looking at this. If I truly believe that, you might be better off looking at this, then I'll tell you. Because like I say, when you're just one person running a company, then it means that the service has to be the best possible service I can deliver. And as far as I don't spend much on marketing, if anything, and therefore the business that I get is like repeat business, is word of mouth business, and the fact that people are happy with the products that I give them, and they're happy with the instructions that I give them in order to get the most out of it, unlike these generic instructions where it's just 15 to 20 minutes done. I will tell you what the most up-to-date research says, and I will give you a completely individualized instruction booklet with those parameters inside. Now, if you've read anything about red light therapy, photobiomodulation, then you'll understand that there is a wide range of parameters for a wide range of different scenarios, and therefore sometimes it is a case of, right, okay, look, there are 30 studies on this particular ailment that you have asked me, that you say you need your photobiomodulation device to help with. So here are there are 30 studies, and some of them use 660, some of them use 630, some of them use 670, 760, 810, 830, 850, 940, but the majority of them are in this particular wavelength. And if you look at the results that they've got, then you will see that the most beneficial results are with this wavelength of light, at this irradiance, or so this many joules at this wavelength gives seemingly the best possible results. But if you are going to use it, then I would recommend somewhere between this and this. And so everybody that buys a lamp from me gets that kind of information, that kind of direction as to how they get the best. It's not just a case of 15 to 20 minutes, because 15 to 20 minutes in some things might be far too much. And actually you're just going, so you think about the benefits of red light therapy, it goes like that, up, and then you hit the peak and you come back down. And so if you're someone that's spending 15 to 20 minutes when actually the peak absorption is maybe 5 or 6 minutes, then you are way down here. You're not getting any of the benefits that perhaps you should do. And therefore it's important that you get individualized instructions for you. And it's the same with the wavelengths of light. If you are buying a photobiomodulation device for one aspect of health, and you're going to pick the bio model, then I might say to you, okay, look, you can do that and it will work to some extent, but you might be better off buying the OptiBio because this has shown X, Y, and Z, or vice versa. I'm going to buy the OptiBio for kind of a general health purpose. And I was like, okay, you can do. You might look into just the bio model might be sufficient for you at the moment. But that's the thing. When you're just dealing with one person all the time, you can actually have build up kind of that trust and that relationship between that person to actually understand them. And for most people, I say, if you are thinking about red light therapy and you're thinking, can it work? I'm not sure. What device should I buy? Get in touch. Like they say, if you find the right job, you'll never work a day in your life, and that's how I feel. So, yeah, there's benefits to. Hold on. Apparently, a footpath is no longer a footpath. So there's benefits to you dealing with me because you deal with just me. So if you have any questions, if God forbid anything goes wrong, then you just get in touch with me and you deal with me. Chances are I will remember you because I've written effectively a program for you. So there are benefits to you, and there are benefits to me because every time I write these recommendations for people, it kind of reaffirms and reestablishes that kind of link for me as to how beneficial it can be. And because I have, I will read around the subject. Chances are there are papers that I haven't looked upon or papers that I don't remember. So it further kind of underpins my own knowledge, and so I benefit from it and you benefit from it. Win-win. So as I say, if you are in any doubt, or if you are curious as to what photobiomodulation might do for you, and I'm open to ordering things in which might benefit you better than what I have in stock right now, which is great, I think, and it gives a certain amount of flexibility. And as far as if the wavelengths I have, they're good and they will work perhaps, but there will be better ones, then I am absolutely open to ordering those in from the supplier that I have, that I trust and I know does good work. And so you don't have to run the risk of, much like I spent the first 9 months doing, trialing out manufacturers in order to get the one that I am comfortable with, the one I know that the products work, the products are of good quality, and they have enough flexibility in order for me to order what I want when I want. So I take that kind of hassle away from you, and you just deal directly with me, which is fantastic, and I get to kind of, as I say, underpin my knowledge every time I sell one of these devices, and every time I talk to a potential customer, and every talk that I do to someone is just a little bit more, right, okay, spread that knowledge that there are alternatives to pain pills. There are alternatives out there. There are things that can improve performance. There are things that can improve health, specifically and generally. And the more people that know that, the better.